keyboard.
And
my
we
pencil.
are back. Actually, I'm back. Paige is now here.
I'm here. Hello.
Welcome to the Lighthearted Show on Friday night, where we all talk about bunny rabbits and happy-go-lucky kind of stuff. And then
Bunny rabbits.
I really felt like I could keep that up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pink fluffy clouds.
Yeah.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship. We're gonna be playing My Little Ponies tonight.
Dude, I really want to play because I've played Tales of Equestria before. No one knows what that is. Tales of Equestria is an RPG based on My Little Pony universe. It's awesome. It's cheesy. It's just super cute. But you could totally twist that and make like My Little Pony Cthulhu versions. And I really want to do that one of these days.
We can do that.
That'd be amazing. I have the book. Like, I have it. I'm prepared. I have Tales of Equestria. I know how to make a pony, but, like... one of these days. One of these days. That's my bunny.
Your picture end up so much big? Oh, that's because I'm sitting to one side.
Oh, I was gonna say just because I'm amazing.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not going to argue because you are a great role player. I'm glad that you're doing this with me. You put up with me till like 1 o'clock in the morning. We might marathon a little bit here. Do you have to go to just? We have a game tomorrow too. Remember that?
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we do. Shattered Isles.
I thought everybody had their convention stuff. Like, I guess Max texted me at like 5 and he was like, by the way, we have Friday Night Frights. And I woke up at 7 and I was like, oh, good thing you reminded me because my plan was just to clean my room the entire night. So
yeah,
because I know Cassie is like at a convention right now, and I thought that was going to be like through the whole entire week. I have nothing planned for obvious reasons, but like plus, I have insomnia. I can wake up before 4 just fine. I can set like 5 other alarms to wake me up. So and I'll be up till like 4 today anyway because I made the poor choice of making black tea. So
I just learned that there's a black tea from Celestial Seasonings that's like twice the strength of a cup of coffee.
Wow. I would not. Maybe I don't know. I don't really know the levels of caffeine. I just know that black tea has caffeine in it, and there are many levels of caffeinated stuff. But this is like our grocery store brand because it was cheap, and I like chai tea.
I got the pictures where I feel comfortable. Every night I've moved these damn things around. I don't know why. I just move them around. They look good now. So let's get started.
Sure.
Last we left off, your character had discovered on the CCTV, with the assistance of what had been given over by court order from the rich people whose name, Waldendorf. They had given over their CCTV, and it showed the image of a small pink-skinned girl dragging the priest into the darkness. Since then, a couple of strange things have happened. Things have ramped up a little bit as far as it goes for oddities. You knew that the little girl could turn invisible, and you went out to where you believed the little girl might be at because you found in the priest's home, in the priest's church, drawings done by other children, and one of the young girls in there drew images of a bubblegum pink-colored girl who was her best imaginary friend. And so, putting 2 and 2 together, you decided to go out to these people's home. They weren't in town, so you wandered around their yard. You didn't see anything that struck you as odd, but then the semi-truck engine fell off its block onto the grass, which was just a bit interesting because it was heavy. Then there was the incident at the grocery store at night where the electronic lighting came on and there was no one in the aisle. And then after leaving, your vehicle shut down on your way back to the hotel.
In like the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere. And
Normal.
isn't that where we left off?
We left off, my car started back up because Elliot got out of his car, walked down the street, bugs, noises stopped, insects, birds, whatever, because it was like at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning-ish. And, there was something in the woods that made like trees falling sounds,
Yes.
and then my car started back up, and that's where we left off. And I got back in the car and I started heading towards the hotel again.
All right, so tell me what's going on then.
Well, Elliot, if nothing else happens, Elliot gets back to his hotel. He went through like 3 cigarettes on the way there. He's a little, on edge, but he keeps his composure because he's a cool boy. But once inside, he starts making food for himself, the stuff that he bought, and probably turning on, like, I don't know, late night news or something like that. Keep his mind occupied, poring over notes that he's already written, photographs he's taken of scenes and whatever, but other than that, I think he'll fall back asleep around, like, 5.
Do you remember why you came back out? And why you're out here by yourself? Why none of the other agents came with you?
I was supposed to look at the door of the church and question Father, what's his face?
Father,
Not
your last name.
Oh yeah, Father Jones. Because I kept thinking of Father Reed and Thomas, and I was like, that's the same person. But I was supposed to question him, and I did. After that, I kind of remember talking to Garrett and telling him we were gonna go check something out, I thought. I know that I was gonna stay in town until Tuesday because there was a meeting for the hunters.
Yes.
And I wanted to check that out. Let me pour over my notes. The other thing is like Alice's family, the girl who drew all the pictures, she's on vacation till Wednesday, and I do want to question them. Meeting Tuesday. The other thing is that I told I'm just reading my notes basically. The other thing is that I did see the door physically, and I told the guy who was very helpful, that my team's gonna come up there and take a look at the door because I can't really do anything right now.
Right.
So the team that was nearby, I honestly don't know why I'm staying in town. I think it's just because it got late. I know Garrett, but the thing is, I know Garrett's coming up to meet me. So I want to say we're checking out something, but the only thing that I can think of that we're checking out is like the meeting or questioning Alice's family or something or other.
Let's see. Got the door.
I mean, if we're desperate, we can go back to archives and watch the ending.
You're staying in town for the meeting because it's... What day was it?
I want to say Monday or Sunday.
I'm trying to check.
I think it's Sunday. I want to say it's Sunday because I knew that Father Jones was going to be at the church. He was going to be
yeah, it's Sunday.
Able to be questioning.
You went out on Sunday to the little girl's place. So right now we're rolling from Sunday and into Monday the 15th.
Yeah.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4 days until the next full moon.
Yep.
That's where we're at right now. And you want to go see these hunters to see if there's maybe some new information.
Yeah, I mean...
But that's not until tomorrow, so you have all of one day to do something in town. You have 4 days before the next possible murder happens.
Which I'm hoping is me, honestly. Um, uh, I mean,
And as Jeff points out, Watanabe is an a-hole.
she is. Um, she is. Yeah, Snow White's special. Um, I mean, the other things that we can check up on is like check with the other team to see if they found anything in Mrs. What's her face's house? Not Andrew. Von Hawk, Tessa Von Hawk.
Uh-huh.
We
Looking
could check
around
up
for
with
more
that team to
evidence.
see if, yeah, to
Yeah.
see if they found anything.
Because there was that new evidence of Von Hawk and some relation to, or the belief that the man who's losing his memory, his dead wife, had uncovered a travesty with the church.
Yeah. So I could check up with them. I could. I can't really do like the thing is that's like we're kind of at a stalemate because everything that I can think of to help like stop the next killing is nothing. Like there's nothing, we don't have answers yet. We still have just a bunch of more questions. We need like something concrete to be like, "Oh, okay. This is going to be the next area," but literally the next victim could be anyone.
Anyone, anywhere. No clues match. 4 days to go. You fall
Exactly.
asleep at 5, but 8 o'clock rolls around and your eyes open up to the sound of your phone. Bzzzt, bzzzt, bzzzt.
That yawn is perfectly on cue. Elliot's gonna he'll roll over and answer his phone. He's a little groggy, but he answers. He looks at it first. Does he know the number actually?
Huh? Yes, it is
Yeah?
Garrett's number.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I'll answer and just go, "Yeah? What's up?"
I'm up. I'm getting stuff together. I'm going to be heading out soon.
Great. Fantastic. And he like leans over to the alarm clock that the hotel would provide and look at it and go, when are you going to be in town? When do you think?
2 hours tops, so probably about 10:30. I got to
Great.
stop and get gas, and I got to requisition a vehicle because I'm not taking my own.
That's fair. Great. Yeah. Let's meet up at a diner or something. We can have lunch and.
All right, pick something out, and I'll meet you there.
Okay.
You
yeah,
okay?
and then he'll. Yeah, just workaholic, late night, winning over notes and stuff.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything. And text me where I'm supposed to meet you at so I can put it into my Waze.
Sure. Yeah, I'll send you the address. Other than that, does Guantanamo did she give you anything?
No, she's going after the Waldendorfs
Right.
as if this is some sort of conspiracy.
Right.
She doesn't want to listen to anyone else telling her anything that is a possibility. She thinks the camera footage that we showed her, plus what we've seen, she really has a belief this is a conspiracy of some type, that people are actively working to murder people off for organs. She's starting to try and build a case for black market organ selling. That's what she's
Great.
trying to build. I
Even
think
though
she's like moments away from having pins tacked into her wall and bits of colored yarn stretched around them.
Yeah, she's close. Even though, we ruled out this possibility in the beginning, it can't be the black market because it's not in this area, but...
It's not. All of our contacts and all of our information says it's not, and she believes it's something we don't know about and that it's going to bust it wide open, I bet you. I don't know what she's thinking. I do tell you this much. I'm pretty fucking scared. None of this shit makes sense.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find answers, and I can't really do anything right now. There's nothing. Every single place that I want to go and talk to people, and the number one person I want to speak with is going to be here on Wednesday, and that's a day away from the 19th.
Who?
So
You got a lead?
the kind of it's not.
Please don't tell me you're gonna talk to a little green man.
Well, you don't want to be probed.
Oh,
No,
it's too early
Miss
for that stuff.
Miss Walden. Apparently, her daughter has been drawing the same female little girl with pink skin, blonde pigtails, and everything. And when I went to their house, they had her dad is a truck enthusiast. If he had the same truck at that one crime scene where we thought we know that Tessa was dropped off, then I mean that's the only other lead. The other one is that there's been sightings of a large bear or something in the woods. Now that it doesn't have to be a bear, but we could be hunting an animal, not a person. I highly doubt it, but that is a possibility.
What's that Mexican dog thing that eats guts?
Chupacabra, and it's not in this area.
How do you know?
Because it's a Mexican. You know what? I'm gonna make you Google it. I'm not gonna
Google
give you a
this.
supernatural lesson.
I'm not gonna Google this. You know I'm not gonna Google this.
That or the Jersey Devil, but we're not even in Jersey.
What is a Jersey Devil?
The Jersey. Oh my God, the Jersey Devil. All right, sit down, boy. I'll tell you a tale. The Jersey Devil.
You know what? No, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get me a car and I'm gonna get out of the office before Watanabe gets here.
Right.
I can hear her coffin opening right now.
Well, yeah, she's through her own cryptic, so I'll send you the location where we can meet up and we'll talk about it later. Maybe after this all blows over, we should go to Vermont and hunt the Mothman while we're at it.
No. I get it, this is your thing, but this stuff isn't real. There's gonna be perfectly reasonable explanation.
Yes.
At the end of this, there's going to be a crazy guy with a knife.
Or an animal.
Or an animal.
Even though
I'm sorry. You know what? It's just too much sometimes, and I'm not trying to take it out on you. I've watched that video, that girl's eyes, they're just, her skin, it's all just too much.
I get it.
I mean, it does. I'm going to take this drive for a chance to sort out my thoughts. I'm glad that you can handle this so well.
Well, when you see enough shit that I've seen in my lifetime, you kind of grow numb to it.
All right, I'll see you in a bit. And then he hangs up.
Drive safe.
Yeah,
he like shuts off his phone. And...
Like, it's 8 a.m. now. Guess what? You're awake.
I'm awake. I got enough sleep.
Your eyes burn, and your mouth is slightly dry.
Well, I'm gonna. I mean, I think this is like a normal day for him, so I think I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna make myself a complimentary cup of coffee because all hotels have that. And take a shower and turn on the news or turn on whatever to just have background sound and get ready.
Okay.
And then I'll eat breakfast because he said to pick something up, but I'll send him like a location of like I don't know, a panini house or something, some sandwich location. Something that's like not gonna be a diner or anything with waitresses asking us questions.
Right, like the last time.
Exactly. Iced donuts? I'm sorry. Hold up the entire game. What the fuck is an iced donut?
You realize that radio is from the other side of the world, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's in Australia. The good side of Australia.
Oh, that explains it. I mean, do you mean glazed? Not like, because I'm thinking, because when you say iced, here in the world of America, yeah, so glazed donuts. Here in the world of America,
In the world of America.
um, when you say iced, it's usually like those little slushy stuff. You know, like
Man.
you basically you take ice and then you grind it up and then it turns into like little shards of glass. But glazed is not stupid, it's glazed.
Glazed is for me.
When you say iced, it makes me feel like it's gonna be frozen. I'm sorry, I don't want a frozen donut. Like, glazing is for glass too. That's thank you, Carl. That's why it's called glazed, because it gives you that like mirror effect. It makes it look like icing. So and it is icing. We're both right. I really want donuts now. How would you eat a frozen donut, Radio? If it's like completely frozen
With a knife.
with yeah, but you wouldn't be able to chew it unless like you thaw it a little bit and then it's like that. I guess
Dunk it in coffee.
Ooh, I hate you guys.
Gnaw it. That's a good answer.
Ha ha ha. Like a dog with a rawhide? I don't want to do that with my donut. No, you're fine, Radio. It just sucks because I don't have a vehicle, and money, so I wouldn't be able to like even walk to the nearest grocery store and buy donuts after this. Hell yeah, like a dog. Suck on it like a lollipop. So just get cake pops and freeze those. That would no. You know what? Because that's your saliva would get all in there. It would get all up in there, and that wouldn't be comfortable. Mm-mm.
You find we're gonna I'm gonna wrangle this show back a little bit.
I was gonna say we're getting way off.
We are so way off. There's nothing spooky about.
I swear, one of these sessions we should just do a chat session. But yeah, fast forward to the fucking diner-ish lunch place, hipster store. I don't know.
Okay.
Unless anything happens.
No, nothing happens. You drag your way through the next 2 hours waiting for him to drive across the state so that you can meet up with him at a diner. So do you eat before you go to the diner with him and stuff? That's what you were saying?
Yeah, because he's told me to pick something up. So I'm going to have, like, I don't know, a small breakfast. Even if it's, like, the complimentary Lincoln breakfast that comes with the hotel or some shit. I'll have, like, a toast with jam. That'll be my breakfast.
Sounds good. He arrives, and you guys sit, order food, have some coffee, and he begins regaling you over the barrage of lawyers that Watanabe has been harassing to go after the Waldendorfs. He tells you about the tirade that she went on as she ran around the office trying to figure things out. Everybody started second guessing. She wanted to pull in other people for advisement, come take a look at what we've got here. And at some point she started cutting it off because people were like, yeah, you come too, and you come. So she's like, the less people see of this, the better. But it was already too late. At least four experts came in, and they all said the video was probably doctored. So that's getting no traction. She believes it was doctored, and if you're right, those poor people are about to have a terrible, terrible beginning of their week.
Yeah. Elliot, Elliot just listens. He's being a nice friend. He's trying to, reassure his partner. And he basically just kind of shrugs. He'll basically say it's kind of hard when one, we don't really have any connections. Nothing's connecting. The only connections that I have currently is Father Jones knew all the victims. And I know for a fact if I give that information to Guantanamo, she'll take him in immediately.
He knew all the victims? I mean, I know this small town, but like, how well did he know them?
Not very well. He knew. Well, he knew, Tessa, and he knew Thomas, but Andrew, I think he met him somehow. Honestly, looking over my notes, I can't find it.
Yeah, you're right. Game Master is telling you, yes, he said that he had contact at least a few times with Andrew and counseled Andrew on his life choices.
Yeah, that's right. I knew that he basically tried assisting him of his choices. And basically that's what Elliot will say. Like, yeah, he just being a priest, he saw a boy that needed help instead of seeing an actual person that had life choices. So that's how he knew him.
What if Father Jones is part of this?
He could be. I honestly don't see why he would be, though.
Okay. I mean, we watched that video. We know that Van Hawk, he came up with this stretched out story about the whole church cover up, hiding the priest because he had done something wrong and moving about. I mean, what if he's right? We're still waiting for people to reach back to us about that.
Here's the thing. I mean, that could be a huge playing point, a playing card in this tech, but that could also be just a completely separate case.
Okay. I'm just saying it'd give him a motive for murder.
I guess, at least for Tessa. But what about the other two? We wouldn't even know if Thomas would know what he was doing, or even Andrew. I mean, we could contact the other family, but that's more time on us.
Maybe he didn't like Andrew because of his choices. Man, this is way too much speculation.
We're thinking like Guantanamo at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think that Father Jones is the person we're going to look for. And I could be horribly wrong, and, well, it'll bite us in the ass eventually, but I really don't think that it's him. He seems kind of, like I said, two separate cases.
Okay.
If we find out that he was doing stuff behind the church's back and everything like that, then it could just be that.
Okay.
But like I said, if we turn in this information, Guantanamo's gonna lose her shit, and she'll just immediately take him in and as a suspect.
And that could ruin a lot of things.
That could, yeah. It's kind of one of those things where we're already getting so close to the 19th, and if she does do something drastic, it could set off the real killer and be like, oh, well, maybe I should be more on edge, clearly.
All right. So you guys eat. He changes the subject, talks about his wife, talks about their upcoming vacation that he wants to take, tries to find other ways to communicate about stuff just to kind of shore it off and get away from work for a little while. So you guys sit at least for another hour or so, casually conversating over different topics before he turns it back to work and says, so what are we going to... Do we have anything to work with today?
Well, we could see what the team found on the door, if they're up there.
Okay.
The other thing is that I know we already searched Thomas's home, but we could do it again and maybe look for a diary or a journal of some sort. Okay. Perhaps even go to the church where he worked and go into his office there. I would imagine he would have an office.
We can do this.
I don't know what we would find there, but if we do find something, say, that would incriminate Father Jones for what we think he's doing, then I mean,
You're right. I
then we'll
mean,
have the evidence for that.
we're
Other
just
than that,
we're just
the
waiting for the other shoe to drop.
pretty much. Tomorrow there's a meeting for hunters that they're going over. They're going over something about this giant bear, which if
Right.
it is an animal, I'd like to check that out. And then Wednesday, the family's coming home from vacation, which I don't want to bother them with it, but at the same time, we got to bother them with it.
Right.
That's all I have.
Okay. So let's go by Thomas's place, and then we'll go to his church, and then from
Sounds
there
good.
we'll figure it out.
Great.
No, first is see if they've taken a look at the door. They haven't, but they'll be to it within the day. So just get back to them. You go to Thomas's house. You walk back into the clean, well-maintained place. Someone now has taken care of the mail. There's no pile of mail near the door. It's now in the kitchen. It has been opened, though. Some of it's been opened, others haven't. I'm assuming you guys went by the church because you didn't get access to his house without talking to his secretary.
Yeah.
And so she would be more than happy. Sure, if you think this will help, she'll open the house up. When you walk around the house, you get the impression that somebody has been in here.
Right.
There's a cup of coffee in the sink. Coffee maker's been used as one of them Keurigs.
Great. Are there any, like, I don't know, books of some sort that we could start looking through?
Yeah.
Logs?
There are photo albums. There are books all over the place. Make an investigations roll.
Sure. Sure. What is my investigation again? My awareness.
Awareness. And you have some modifiers.
Literally 11. 11 out of 11. 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah.
You find some photo albums of other members of the church that he's been with over the years, that he's got photos of, families, people he's married. You flip through those, looking for something that stands out. Maybe a picture of Andrew, maybe a picture of Tess, maybe just a picture of all four of them together in some sort of weird picture with a fifth person in there that maybe this is some sort of combined thing. Nothing.
Yeah.
You look for journals. Nothing. You look for some sort of semblance between his books. All of them are religious texts for the most part. Some of them are like books about, food for the soul, like things to make you feel like a better person or how to be a better person.
Yeah. Are any of like the holy texts not like religious people writing about cookbooks or whatever, but like are there any tomes or whatever that are highlighted or like circled, or pages are folded to remember something, or are pages missing?
No missing. Mostly just highlighted in a well-used Bible. Other books, they have the same kind of effect. On his desk to one side, he seemed to have a series of books, all religious in nature, in which he marked passages and then made notes. And you even see where he writes a date next to it. You find notes for sermons where he used this information in his sermons.
Okay. God damn it.
Garrett asks the secretary, has somebody been by the house? And she goes, yes, I've been taking care of his arrangements while we wait for his sister to get in town. And he points to the cup of coffee. She goes, "Yes, I was intending to wash that." And he walks it back. "So you've been using the house?" And she's like, "Yes, is there a problem with it?" And she's like, "No. We're just looking for just looking for clues, something that might guide us in the right direction."
Elliot will, as Garrett speaks to her, he'll chime in and ask if did he ever keep a logbook or a journal or anything of that nature?
If anything, it'd be at the church. That's where his main source of everything and inspiration was. The man was very good at his job. He would stare at the wall for like an hour and then come up with the most God-blessed, divine-inspired sermon, and it could move the crowd to tears. And all that stuff he kept at his office. He lived more at his office than he did at his house. That's why he walked all the time. If you want, I can take you. We can go look through it if you think there might be something there.
I'd love that. Has anybody been using his office since?
I have. I go in there for paperwork and whatnot, and I've been looking for a replacement, and so I need access to his computer.
Well, I think if you're done here, I think we should go.
Yeah, Garrett's shaking his. Garrett gives a nod. He's like, "I'm not seeing anything here that would jump out at that would
Yeah.
I'm looking for fancy semi trucks or something like that. Nothing. I'm looking for
any connection.
Anything.
Yeah.
So you go to his office, drive across town, a little bit more time spent, the day's rolling on. You get a call from the team. "Hey, we had a chance to look at that door. Do you want the stuff over the phone, or do you want to meet up and talk about it?"
We should meet up.
The tech says, "Okay, not a problem. I think this might be good news."
Great. Elliot will text back. We're in the middle of an investigation right now, but we can meet up. Maybe by 4, because I imagine it's like noon right now.
Yeah,
so
it's about noon now. Sure, not a problem. We got a few more things we need to check out. Then I'm gonna break off some of these people. We're done here. We are going to refocus our attention on the evidence that we've picked up so far, as well as going back over some of the recorded logs from all the other officers and whatnot. So we're going to do that, and I'll be waiting for your call back. We're going to be at the Lewiston's police station. That's where we're going to be working from. They've got us set up with a room at the old city hall.
Perfect. I'll meet you there then.
So you get over to the Reed's office. You walk through the church. One of the first things as you've moved through the church that you notice, there is no Sunday school daycare in this place.
Okay.
There is plenty of what would you describe as yeah. There's stuff here that would be for the purpose of worship for both adults and children, but there doesn't seem to be a Sunday school room. No room dedicated filled with artwork or children's toys. And you get the grand tour of the Methodist church.
Okay. That's not surprising. I know that there are churches that are just for churches, people to gather and stuff. So,
and there's a kitchen, and it's tiny in comparison across the street, which has a huge kitchen and services a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So she'll open up the father's office and allow you to go through it. And she's like, I don't think you would have anything to hide. The man was very straightforward. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Perfect. Is the computer passcoded at all?
No, I had to take it off because he never used any of those.
Okay. Thank you. And Elliot will start looking around the room. He'll check. He'll let Garrett go to the desk with the computer because computer.
Of course.
And Elliot will start looking around and like, I guess if there's any papers or logbooks that look important, or even like, I don't know, anything that catches his eye.
Sure, that would be an investigation roll.
Because I'm so good at that. 6, 7.
7 out of 11. Wow, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
So you've been walking around the room, pristine, clean, just like his house. Everything's organized. You've been walking around, kind of getting a feel for this guy. You don't have a really good one. You've never been good at feeling people, but finding things you're good at. As you're walking past the back section where all the robes are hanging, you notice that one of the back panels is different. There are 6 back panels in this closet. One of the panels is not like the rest of them. The gap is larger. And is that hinges on the other side?
The fuck? Why would a priest have this? All right. Yeah, I'll push all the ropes to his side and I'll start looking like
They slide the plastic on metal. You reach your hand out and begin running along the panel, and it clicks and pops open like a secret door. There's a plain wall behind it. In the dead center of this wall, there is a safe.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Is the secretary with us?
Huh? No, she stepped out of the room.
Oh. Well, I mean, Elliot will point it out to Garrett. He'll make a comment about the time they played D&D together, and he played a rogue, and he got into someone else's house and found a safe. Other than that, though, I mean, Elliot kind of shrugs and he goes, I mean, we could ask the secretary to open it and see what's inside, but she might not even know the code. The other thing is that it's probably just excess stuff that he kept over for the church itself since it's here and not in his home.
Information, right. And he gives a nod.
Yeah.
Shrugs. She's given us access to everything. Might as well look. If we don't look, we don't know. And if we miss that one piece, we miss that one piece.
Exactly. I'll go talk to the secretary, see if she actually knows the code. If not, I bet it's a revelation.
He stops. Did you see anything around the place that maybe would signify? Nah, just go ask her. Otherwise, I don't really want to have to try to figure it out.
Okay. And yeah, he'll find the secretary, whatever she's doing. He'll politely ask. We ended up. I found a hidden panel in his closet. There's
her eyes change real quick and her brow furrows. Like, what?
Yeah. He basically just says, well, the look that's on your face says you don't actually know about that. We were hoping if you had the code for the safe.
Well, the safe in his bottom drawer. Yes. And she's shocked at this point in time, getting up and she grabs her little thing of keys and she's coming after you. Show me. So you take her in there and she has a for sure, holy crap, look on her face. And she looks to you and she goes, I've never seen this before. I've got keys to the safe in that drawer, and she'll show you at the bottom drawer, there's a safe. That's where all the money's kept. I don't know what's in there.
Oh,
I don't even know the code to get in. It's not a key. It's definitely like a twist lock kind of scenario.
It's like a combination. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you. I mean, we could hire somebody to get the safe open, or we could try opening it ourselves.
Garrett walks up to you and goes, I didn't play a thief just for no reason, and he presses his ear up against the box. All right.
Elliot's just gonna stand back and watch, and he goes, "I swear to God, if you open this, I'm
7
gonna
out of
start
13.
leaving." 7 out of 13.
He leans onto it, begins rolling, and he stops. 11, and then he rolls back the other way. 22, and then he rolls back the other way. 3, and she kind of ponders for a minute. I don't know which one that is.
As a revelation.
I think it is. And she moves over to the Bible. He clicks it, pulls the handle, pulls it open, and inside there's a collection of paperwork. A lot of paperwork.
Okay.
And so he grabs a hold of it and like picks up the first one and then starts handing stuff off to you.
Yeah, I'll pull on my leather gloves and like a real investigator.
Right,
And,
of course. You're right. He would never have touched the stuff without putting on gloves.
Yeah, I assumed. I assumed that we're even wearing it going through this place.
Right.
And he'll start reading over these papers.
The first thing you pick up is an envelope that has a letter in the inside of it, and somebody's cut the top half off.
Okay. Is the envelope addressed to anyone?
Yes, it's addressed to Father Reed, and it's from Miss Van Hawk.
Okay. Let me get my papers. Hold on.
Yeah. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in
good.
about 5 minutes. Not even that much. This will give us a short period of time to get ready to be taking some notes and see where the story opens up. Be right back.
Bye. I'm gonna die.
are back. A few minutes earlier than 10 whole minutes, but I wanted to put a piece of chicken in my face, and there was noise in the house. Turns out it's just somebody else has come home, and not anything spooky or weird.
Not a girl with pink magenta skin.
I'm sorry. Since I know the game, if I came around the corner and there's a little girl, blonde-haired, white dress, pink-colored, magenta skin, and kind of dark-looking eyes, I would just disappear. The dust that's on the outside of me would be the only thing in the spot where I was at. It would be a silhouetted image, like a cartoon style. Poof.
You wouldn't.
God.
One of my favorite vines is when they see like a person in like a sheet and they pretend it's a ghost, and the guy just screams and he runs off camera and then continues screaming, runs back and hits them with a folding chair.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't do that.
Well, see, for me, like, what was it? When I was a kid, we were going to a haunted house. I'd never been to one, and my mom thought it would be funny to take us because it was going to scare my dad, it was going to scare my brother, it was going to scare me, and then she was going to have a good old laugh because she wasn't going to fucking in that thing. So we get there, and she convinces all of us to go in, except for her. And so my dad goes in with us, and he's being brave, you know. But it's like Chainsaw Massacre looking stuff, witches and cauldrons with stuff in it and whatnot. And we come into one room, and like there's jump scares and cackles and stuff like that. And it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. And I'm all excited. The door closes, and there's a guy behind the door with a chainsaw, and the blade has been disconnected, so it's just there, and he can grab the chainsaw. And he cranks that sucker up. My dad screams. My brother screams. I turned around to see it, and I immediately reach out and go, oh, hey, the blade's disconnected. And I'm touching it, and he's like, roar. I'm like, yeah, this is really cool, man. Ah, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Let's go see some more. And then there's like slamming of doors. And like if I walked up to a door and it opens and a scary person on the other side screaming at me, I'd just scream back, be like, ah.
Yeah.
I don't have that flight feeling when I see something scary. Because in my head, I know how scary it really is. It's a person in a makeup, and it doesn't scare me. Zombies walking toward me. Zombies walking toward me, and I'm just like, yeah, zombie. You either are real or fake, and if you're an actor dressed as a zombie, I will kick the shit out of you. So take another choice. Go to bother somebody else. But if you're a real zombie, sweet, I can't wait to break your neck. And that's just me. I don't have that flight response because it's not scary. But my own horrors, like what I'm doing in this game and like what I've done with Jeff, would scare the fuck out of me because I know the depth of that horror, what it means, and I would run.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've created creatures in a campaign and even background stuff that's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be there. I know what those things do to people. But I mean, I'm fragile. I can play a video game. I can watch a movie that has jump scares and be just fine. Mm-hmm. I got through Outlast without jumping and mainly laughing at the entire thing. But even in Amnesia. But like when it comes to, I don't know, for me, suspense is a huge thing. And so like when it comes to like video games and stuff, like for example, the recent one that actually like kind of not made me jump or spooked or whatever. Well, it made me jump because of a jump scare, but was Resident Evil 2, just because when, spoilers, when Mr. X comes by and you can hear his footsteps through the entire station, that's really good. And they did it really well. And it made me stay in a room that I was safe for like over 30 minutes debating whether I should get out of the room or not and gather my strength, my bravery. But in real life, no, I'm fragile. I don't like going to haunted houses just because I know that I'm always going to be screaming and jumping and grabbing my friend next to me. When I was younger, I went into a haunted house with my sister because I was that age where I wanted to do what she did.
Yeah.
She went in with her best friend, and I didn't have my friend with me, so I was just like, I want to go because I'm the youngest in the family. And that's what young kids siblings do. So it was like styled like Harry Potter, and I think it was based. I know, weird.
That's
It was
cool.
based. It was really cool though. Like now that I think about it, it was really cool, and
Yeah.
it had the painting style of like the book covers.
Cool.
So that was really cool. And I think it was like the Chamber of Secrets style. So like there was snakes and stuff and whatever. But what got me was that one, my sister and her friend ditched me and they went forward. And what got me was there was a doorway where above the doorway, because it was all dark, and above the doorway was just these red eyes. And I don't know what spooked me about it, but I remember sobbing so hard. And one of the workers came in, like a guy that was like 18 or something. He came in and he escorted me out, and I just like hid my face in his hip as he walked me out. And then I went to my mom, and she was trying to calm me down, and she ended up yelling at my sister like, "You left her behind." Like but no, I don't know.
Damn it, Ohana.
Pretty much. I don't know. I'm fragile. I blame my childhood growing up from just, you know, shit that happened in my family. But like it yeah, I don't like going in haunted houses. I like watching shows that are based on haunted houses and stuff like that, just because I find what they do is fun, and the makeup that goes into it, the costumes, the props, the whole thing that they have to make up a set is awesome, but I just don't want to walk through it.
Right.
Like I'm fine. Speaking of which, if it's on Netflix, I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty much a documentary on people who made haunted houses, but it's for extreme haunted houses. Like extreme, like you have to sign a waiver to even be in it. I highly recommend it. Watch it. There's one person in there that I don't like. He's a horrible person, and he makes extreme haunted houses. Watch it. It's good.
That was a plug. Netflix, you owe us money.
Hashtag not sponsored. Just because I don't want to get
Hashtag not sponsored.
hashtag not sponsored. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah. If that happens, I have to stop putting the Coke cans. I have to start sipping my hashtag not sponsored. So you're holding a letter from Van Hock to Reed.
Father Reed.
Yeah, what do you think it's going to say?
I have no idea.
Father Reed, we are both Christians, but of different faiths, and I just wanted to say hello.
I think it might be... Could be an affair. Could be a call for help. Since, I mean, see, even though she's from like a different religion and stuff, it could be like, if she truly did believe that she got a message from God, which apparently that's what her daughter was saying, you would reach out to somebody who would technically be connected to that religion. It also could, it could be blackmail. It could even be straight up being like, I know what you're doing and stuff. That could be like the blackmail part. What's confusing to me is, why does Thomas have this and not, say, Von Hawk in her house? You know, it's in Father Thomas's safe. And it's a letter that is from Von Hawk to Father Reed, not from Father Thomas to Father Reed, or vice versa.
Maybe there is a letter like that.
Maybe. But this one isn't like it. But yeah, I'll open it and start to read it out loud to Garrett.
With the secretary standing right there.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't.
Not even a line into it, she immediately delves into her accusations against Father Jones.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And she begins bringing up information, dates, names of people that he has hurt. Evidence that
Father Jones has done?
Yes. And so she
okay.
mailed a letter to him saying, your friend is a monster. Let's just break it down there. That's exactly what the letter says. Because remember, Van Hawk's husband said, my wife was onto something about Father Jones. This is a letter from Van Hawk saying Father Jones did terrible things.
Okay. I think I mixed up names, but yes. Okay, yeah. All right. So it's something that we already kind of knew.
Yes, now there's validity to the old man's mental state.
Hold on, let me.
Man, that was really loud.
It was right next to my
Yeah,
mic.
okay.
Sorry. um. This is we're in Father
Reed's office.
Reed.
So you and Garrett
Father
begin
Reed.
reading over it. Do you inform the secretary of what you're reading? Do you try to hide it from her? Because he's going through mail and whatnot, but it's pretty evident that you've stopped, slowed down, and started reading this one letter.
Yeah, a letter from Tess. Yeah, because I thought it was a letter from Tess to Father Jones. I mixed up the names. That's why I was like, why is it here in his office?
Ah, now I understand the confusion.
Yeah, yeah,
We're good now, right?
yeah.
Okay.
That is a good point. Is it a copy? Does it look printed,
Yeah, it's
or is it all
handwritten. This was
handwritten?
handwritten.
Okay. Does it look like it was copied? Like that black ink, and it's not like part of the letters are missing or something.
Nope.
Okay.
This is the original.
So this basically explains that she believes Father Jones did something awful.
Yep. And there's names and evidence. Well, it's not evidence. It's definitely
It's
it's a something.
suspicion.
It's a lot of suspicion,
I would say it's
and
evidence.
not the case you're currently working on.
Exactly. Well, if you're Guantanamo, and honestly, if we didn't find anything about the little girl, then I would be on board for this. But the little girl and the truck and everything is just there's something with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is prime time like evidence that he could be a suspect, since I mean he could even find out that Father Reed knew about this,
Yeah.
and he could have done something
Yeah.
because he doesn't want those two people knowing anything. But this explains what Father Jones was up to. Has names. Has names?
Yep.
Names of.
Names of his victims. Names of Father Jones's victims. The children that he hurt.
Are there any names that stick out to me?
No.
Okay, good. Those poor kids.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell the secretary, but after I'm done reading it, I'll hand it to Garrett.
Garrett is currently looking through all the other stuff,
Oh,
and he has
right.
pulled up a. Oh man, it's a book. It has dates in it, and you write stuff in on the dates. And calendar,
A planner?
planner,
Planner?
planner. Yeah, he's got a planner. He's flipping through a planner,
Okay.
and he asks the secretary, "Is this his planner?" And she shrugs. I've never seen that planner before. So, do you keep his planner? Yes, I keep his planner. So, what do you think this planner is for? She's like, I don't know. I didn't even know there was a safe back there. I've been here for 12 years and I've never seen that.
Is the planner handwritten? Handwritten in?
Garrett gives a nod. Yes.
Is there any paperwork nearby that has Father Reed's handwriting on it?
Um, he begins sorting through like letters and pieces of paper. That this is the stuff that was on top of it.
Okay. Well, we can just. I mean, I
Garrett
believe it's his, but you can look
Garrett
at the
turns and
handwriting.
looks to the secretary. Could you give us a moment so that we can discuss this as we move forward? And she goes, sure. And then Garrett gives a nod and she leaves the room. Garrett walks over and turns the planner to face you. And it says March 15th, handwritten. Speak to read about what Van Hawk said in letter.
I mean, you mean Jones?
Yeah. Yes, speak to
Okay.
Jones. Ha! No, I did it. Oh, I'm such a
Yeah.
terrible.
Two
Speak to.
fathers, man. It's hard.
I know, right? Speak to Jones about what Van Hawk said in her letter.
March 15th. Hold on. Looking at my notes. Tests. April, February, June, July, August. April, May, March. Okay. All right. So she was found on February 21st.
Mm-hmm.
This is in March.
Yep. So he got this letter. So he got this letter from her, and that letter, by the way, that you're holding has a date timestamp on it for the 16th of February. So he had this for an entire month. He had this like 5 days before she was found dead. And then he held on to this information for a whole month before he got the courage or decided to approach him and say, we need to talk.
Maybe he found evidence that actually like hardened that, because I mean.
And then 6 days later, they found him face down in the quarry. Was it the quarry he was found in? He was found in the quarry. 6 days after approaching the father, face down in the quarry.
Okay. Is there anything else in the planner that sticks out?
It writes in back in February. He writes along about the 18th. Must think hard on what Van Hawk said.
Okay.
Around
so
the
he was
23rd, he said, I need to speak with Reed about Van Hawk. This is terrible. So this seems to be his personal thoughts, like maybe at the end of the day or something. He would pull his book out and write something in it so he could see it the next day and work on it.
Okay. Well, this helps us with, I mean, it doesn't really help us, but it's more of a suspicion. I mean, if we had evidence that this, if Father Jones was doing what he was doing, that would be great. But again, this isn't really our case. This is just for moral support.
Garrett says, what are you talking about? This links two of the victims. He was trying to hush him up. I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but...
I mean, explain Andrew, then.
You're right.
Other than his sexuality, there isn't any other purpose. There isn't any other thing.
I want to put somebody on him. I want to watch him. We're getting so close that I hate to say it, but I feel that he is. It's all going around him right now, and we are so close to the 19th. The next full moon's coming up, and if he's the serial killer, I want to put somebody on him, but I'd have to get Watanabe to do that. So
She would just take him in immediately.
Then I'm going to watch him. I'm just going to do it. And he hands you the book. You can see emotions have taken control at this point in time.
Yeah.
And that's, Acid is probably right there. You know, that's probably your character's first response. Like, fuck, you're going to get yourself killed, man.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Basically, Elliot, I was about to call him Thomas. God damn it. Elliot,
yeah.
Elliot, he holds the planner and he just kind of shakes his head at it. And he goes, don't split up the team. Hire somebody, get another person to do it, but you're not doing this alone. I mean, you can watch him, but if it is getting this close, and if it is him, and if he does catch on, you'll be his next victim. What we can do is, one, we need more evidence. These are just suspicions. It doesn't have hard evidence. It's not a videotape of him actually doing the act. We need something. We need a confession or something of that nature. The only thing we can do is that what Guantanabe's gonna do is take him in as a suspect and question him. But again, if he's not the killer, that will alert. If the killer is looking and knowing that we're here, which, let's be honest, half of the town knows we're here, I'm pretty sure that it knows we're here.
And if he is, he's just going to play mind games with us, and I'm not equipped to handle a one-on-one with a serial killer. I mean, I can try, but there's no way I can question someone like that. We need to get an expert in, which would then get Watanabe's attention. What if we hired a local detective to come in and watch him? Somebody from out of town, somebody that's not on our payroll. And we just write it off with the books later.
I mean, we could. I don't think Guantanabe would like that if she found out. Even if we do,
She's looking for a witch hunt. And I feel like I'm really close to the same thing, and you're the only thing keeping me grounded right now, so this is my suggestion. Otherwise, I'm going to go get in my car, get me a pack of smokes and a coffee, and sit outside his place.
We can hire someone. I guess. I'd rather have someone else go in there other than you. But again, we have to do this very quiet.
That's fine. Remember when we were doing the tracing that little girl down that was supposed to be human trafficking? The human trafficking up in New York? Remember that detective, Peter Larson? I still have his number. I can call him. He's an hour and a half away. I can get him to do it.
All right.
I'm going to go make a phone call.
Okay.
He gives you a pat on the shoulder. Thanks for keeping me grounded.
Of course. What would you do without me?
Get killed by a sociopath.
Or an alien?
It's not... Oh, my... And he leaves.
Go make your phone call.
All right. He goes to make his phone call, and you have a chance to look through the rest of the stuff. We're going to fly through this information real quick. You ready?
Go for it.
All right.
I'm ready. I have my bunny pen.
You do.
You know what bunnies are? They're fast. Like lightning.
There is information in here where he requested public information about Jones's locations. There's information where he requested public information about student information related to names that was in the letter for Tessa, from Tessa. And so you can see that he is putting clues together. Was this student in this area? Yes. Was Jones in this area? Yes. Did this student go to this church? Yes. And so he throughout he started making notes and identifying information, and he keeps a ledger. He's starting to put the clues together. There's enough information here right in front of you as you start piling through it that says, if Tessa was correct, all these kids were in the right place, the right time for terrible things to happen to them because of Father Jones. It's well laid out.
Well, hot damn. We did most of our work. Like, great. I mean, I'll start putting this in like an organizer and put it in my man purse, my man satchel.
Okay.
My briefcase-ish. Is there anything else in the safe?
No, that's pretty much it. a handgun, a get out of town bag, pile of drugs, kilo of cocaine. No, that's it. It's just paperwork. The man was as Puritan as you could possibly get without being Puritan.
What a cleric. All right. Well, I guess I'll fuck it. I'll close up. I'll look on the desk and then I'll do a quick search of the computer until Garrett comes back, and then I guess
back and tells you he's got the detectives on his way.
Great.
He's going to take care of the cost out of his pocket, and if he can't get the bureau to take care of it, he doesn't care. He feels that this is going to be a win.
Okay. Well,
all right.
We'll have to get back to him on Wednesday. So he better work his ass off because we can't have answers Thursday. Thursday is the prime day for full moon. So
time for crazy shit. All right.
Pretty much.
You and Garrett get in the car and drive over to meet the engineers, the technicians.
Right.
And you guess you.
Because I said I guess I'll fuck it.
Like, what are we fucking?
I mean, if the safe is small enough.
Oh, no, that's not this show. As you get there, they're at the police station. They're hanging out. There's some music playing from somebody's little speaker on their phone, Pandora or whatever. They've got paperwork in front of them. They're going over it. It's a whole bunch of them. So they're not field agents, but they're special agents. You're a field agent. These are office agents. They're fax boys. They run paperwork. Yeah.
They're paper workers.
They're Excel spreadsheets. So
we're the ones that carry guns for a fucking reason.
That's right. As you walk in, they greet you. I don't have names for them. I'm not too worried about it. They kind of start showing stuff. They have a collection of physical evidence. And so they bring to you a casting and lay it on the table in front of you. The casting looks very familiar. Night, Jeff. The casting looks very familiar. It looks like the one that they got from the mud. Slightly curved, tire, nodules, everything. Nodules a little less than what you would expect, but they're there still.
I mean, that's great. I mean, my suspicions were correct.
He picks up another one and lays it next to it. This one has bigger nodules. And it's a bit dirtier, too. He points at the one with the bigger nodules and says, this is the one that came from the mud.
Okay.
This is the one that came from the door.
So they're different in size.
The door is more resilient and was able to absorb more of the impact. Whatever made this mark in the mud, that semi-truck you were talking about with the lights and the weird tires, the semi-truck hit that door with its tire.
That would explain the loudness of it.
He kind of stares at you like, waiting for that moment. Huh?
Well, I mean, then it's the same truck, but we still don't even know where the location of that truck is.
And he's like waiting for something to happen. Everybody else in the room, all the other technicians are staring at you too. They've kind of stopped moving their pencils, which seem to be how they get paid, but they've stopped as they're waiting.
Elliot's he just kind of looks at him and goes, "Good job. I mean, if you locate the truck, let me know."
How does a semi-truck kick a door in?
It's stairs. Depends on how big the truck is.
No, that's not how things work. Semi-trucks can't kick doors in.
No, what? Unless it Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Okay, if it decided to drive up and ram it like a normal vehicle, would it have rolled up like that?
He's just looking at you. No, nothing in the world works like that. What we're dealing with, and this is our take on it. And he leans in and goes, aliens.
And is Garrett with me?
Yeah. He drops his
Elliot
shit.
just slowly looks at him and goes, "Wasn't me this
He
time."
drops his shit at this point in time on the table, goes, I can't fucking believe you people. And at this point in time, the rest of the office agents, the other special agents are leaning in. Well, nothing else makes sense, one of them chimes in. Another one goes, I really think that we might be dealing with somebody with some sort of specialized, like, combat armor or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for it to be a truck. And
Well, it also wouldn't make sense if it's armor. It wouldn't be rolling on the ground and also punching in a door.
then one guy pops up. Thank you, Robin, so very much. What if it's a were truck? Someone who
What the
transforms.
fuck is a were
It's
truck?
happening at the full moon, the guy stands up. It happens at the full moon, and it's happening like it's tires and punching a door in. I'm just saying, what if it's a were truck? Garrett's like, you people need to stop and listen to yourself. A were truck? There are police officers in the next room trying to hold back laughter. We are federal agents here. There is, and he slams his fist in the table. Nothing, no goddamn thing about a were truck. Robin again, thank you so very much. I was getting to that, but you read me so well. Garrett walks out. You can see the Lewiston police officers in the other room.
Yeah. Oh god.
The guy who said were truck goes, it's plausible. And the guy who said aliens says, Jerry, shut up. It's not a were truck. It's probably aliens.
Out of curiosity, other than aliens and were trucks, I would like to roll Supernatural.
Okay. I would love for you to roll Supernatural.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. How does Garrett stay with me? I swear, we need to have like a fucking flashback of how they fucking dealt with each other. When they first met, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That's not a good roll. 10 out of 13.
Were truck sounds pretty entertaining, but...
Is there anything else that rings any bells of the footprints, mechanical type of thing, lights, anything?
Yeah, you're looking at it, and you're looking at the images of what they show, and the way things kind of, all these prints and the swiggly swag and whatnot, and you're staring at it, and something in your head clicks. A picture that you once seen beforehand. You don't have it clear just yet, but there is a picture, and it's in there, and you know it's in there, and for some reason, you're thinking about, and the image that pops in your head is of an octopus crawling across sand, and the way that it makes imprints into the sand, the crisscrossing patterns, and the way that these tire marks look like they're kind of crisscrossing at the same time.
Okay. And
because not only are you looking at imprints, because they've got a lot of castings, they drew out maps and drew how the markings look, and it looks like these tires kind of go back and forth. You know how snakes, they slide, sidewinder snakes slide? This basically looks like two sidewinders going right alongside each other.
So like what are those things called? Like a bulldozer thing, or a what are those things called? Like like Wall-E, you know, like Wall-E's feet? Is it like that?
Tread.
Yeah.
Yes, it could be like tread, but instead of the tread going in a straight line, they go in zigzagged lines. So you think you're looking at some sort of special modified treads. And to be all honest, this might be something.
I mean, Elliot will kind of speak up, and who here knows anything about vehicles?
Nobody raises their hands.
Fucking great. These could be bulldozers, treads, things that work with dirt. The way they move, it looks like it. Now, is there anything that matches like the lore of like this little girl that I have information on, like the small information that I have on her?
You have never heard of tiny pink girl that kidnaps grown adults.
Great.
You have heard of plenty of abductions.
Yeah.
Abductions that led to vivisections. Abductions that led to vivisections with missing organs. Those things do happen, or at least been documented, where people disappear, or they disappear for a while and they come back missing a kidney, or worse, part of the liver, or everything.
Okay. Well, Elliot's just gonna shake his head and tell the team, find somebody who can look at these, that is a professional, that will look at treads and tracks and everything, that will make sure what, know this vehicle.
All right,
Someone,
they will.
a truck this size can't get around without being seen.
Yeah.
The other thing is that if it's in the woods, that would explain all the noises at night and why hunters are trying to hunt it.
They
the other thing is,
stare at you like, what? Like this is something they didn't know.
The other thing is what we can do. Get me a copy of these, and I'll bring them to a hunting lodge. If it's something organic, then they would know what it is.
Acid, if you wake up one day just missing a kidney, that's not normal. just to let you know, if you thought that was normal, that's not.
Yeah, Carl, you should call somebody about that. Especially if you wake up in like an iced tub.
Yeah.
It's not normal. I would also suspect your cats.
Ooh, very good. Were we flamethrowing Soy Mage?
Detective Jones on the case. Oh, man. I suspect my cats, too. They broke your window. That's how they got your organs out. Because they used a piece of glass over the window. That's all right. Sorry, off topic.
I kind of want to know, but at the same time, I don't want to hold the game up.
So I asked him one day, like how he was doing, and he was like, not good. Somehow my cats broke my window, and I went, how did your cats, two chunky female cats, one's scared of her own shadow and the other one's just a dick. Like, how did they break your window? And that explains it. They broke the window to cut out your kidney.
Time to get rid of those fucking cats, man. They're dangerous. Because at some point,
give them to me.
They're gonna take your other kidney.
Maybe they're the reason your house is breaking. Elliot's going to Elliot's gonna just pat the table, stand up, and go, "Good work, team," and grab his cup of coffee, and he basically just reiterates, like, make sure you get those copies to me by Tuesday, tomorrow, even if it's on my phone or some shit, and he'll walk off after Garrett.
Okay. Garrett's outside smoking, waiting for you.
What's his wife's name? I keep naming her Abby. Does she actually have a real name?
I shall flip back a couple of pages and see if we wrote it down. Klaus Garrett. That's all I got for him. Abby's fine.
Great. I keep calling her Abby for some reason.
This is good. Write it down so that we don't have to keep making a new name.
Yeah. His wife just keeps getting a new name. Um, yeah, when he walks out and he sees him smoking for like the third time today, he'll just go, "Yeah, Abby doesn't like it when you smoke that much, you know."
I know. No, he doesn't say that. He just keeps smoking.
At least it wasn't me this time.
Were trucks. These guys have college degrees. Some
I
of them
know.
are masters in. They're smart. These people are smart. You're smart. Aliens. We've got. I don't think this truck thing has anything to do with what's going on, but that's just me.
I mean, the tracks were found at the scene of the crime. It could be an actual vehicle that dropped off the body. I basically told them that it could be treads of some sort.
What if. Uh, does Father Jones have any military background? I mean, if he does, then maybe that would explain it. Maybe he's got a vehicle with weird treads that can kick indoors.
Out of character, when I spoke to Father Jones and get out of here, fly. Um, he did have a gun and stuff, and he's a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything in his office that was military-like?
Mm-hmm.
Did he mention anything? Because I feel like that does sound familiar.
He was a chaplain in the Air Force. You saw that in the pictures, but he never mentioned it.
Oh, right. Well, Elliot's just gonna chime up at that and go, well, he was a chaplain in the Air Force, but I mean, that's the Air Force. That's nothing on land.
Yeah, that's not gonna teach you. I mean, maybe he had a personal desire. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I just want that last shoe to drop so this becomes all easier. We can go home.
Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. We just need to keep looking. The problem is that we're hitting a dead end. We keep hitting stone with our shovels. We keep on thinking it's going to be dirt, but
What do we need to do
bring
next?
pickaxes.
Where do we go next?
Got me, man. I've literally have nothing left. The only things I have are Tuesday with the hunting meeting, which we could bring the tracks there. They are hunters, and yes, it doesn't look organic, but I mean, I don't know anything about animals half the time. It could be. They also could know what kind of vehicle that would terrain the woods. According to the hunters, there's something that's always in the woods making sounds. They put traps everywhere. I mean, I've even heard something, the sounds in the woods. I've even heard them. And it does sound like, well, something big enough to knock down trees. The other thing is speaking to Alice's family, Miss Walden. Apparently this little girl keeps wanting to play with a girl with pink skin and draws pictures of her. That's how odd that is. That's a connection to a thing that we physically have seen.
I know. But this little girl wanting to play with an imaginary friend, and that imaginary friend killing someone, is the part I have a problem with getting in my head. And I know it. I saw it. And
so maybe it's her.
The girl?
Yeah. It sounds.
Okay. No, you know what? At this point in time, we've got two possibilities, and both of them are so far fetched. I want to hunt down a man who we only have suspicion on, and you want to chase a little girl because you think she turns pink and kills people.
I'm not saying she turns pink. I'm saying that she would. I mean, if she has actually a mental disability, she could end up having a persona of this girl as herself. She's not turning pink, she's painting herself pink. The strength, I have no fucking idea. It could be multiple different things. But I'm trying to think logically, alright?
Okay.
You're already upset.
I am. I'm sorry. This has been something. Okay. So the family doesn't come back till Wednesday. This meeting is until tomorrow. We've got a couple of hours to burn. How about we stop doing this, go get some dinner, and then hang out in the hotel room and watch a movie. Wake up fresh and just pass it off. Just stop for a little while and come back to it. Fresh start in the morning. Unless you feel that there's some place we can go right now that's going to make a difference. We're just spinning our tires.
Yeah. We're not getting traction.
Wait a minute. If it's in the woods, well, we won't know that until you talk to these hunters tomorrow. Then we can get an idea where it's been at. If this is related to it.
They would have maps of it, yeah.
Okay, well then all we can do is wait. That's all I got.
The other thing is if there is a park or a hiking trail that leads into the woods. Though I doubt if it's anything animal-like, it would be around those trails, and I wouldn't want to step into the woods because of all the hunters' traps, but we could at least walk out there, see if we've seen any, I don't know, something or other that's unnatural. But again, I don't know anything of the woods. I'm a city boy.
I don't think we should just trounce around the woods with a bunch of gun-happy hunters laying out traps. We don't know this area, and that sounds like a dangerous idea.
Yeah.
Let's just take a break.
What movie do you want to see then?
Oh, I totally missed that Deadpool movie, the second one.
I haven't seen that either, actually.
Yeah, let's go watch that one.
Great.
I'm sure we can find it on something.
Yeah.
So, tension is really high between the two of you guys. You eat, you talk about sports, because that's what he does. You guys talk about paranormal things and stuff you've read, and you just try to break down the tension that's been built up, and it's really hovering over the two of you. Probably about 6 o'clock or so, he gets a text message from the detective, and he says he's here. So we're going to have another pair of eyes on the father.
Oh, great.
So there's that. We'll be able to sleep easy now. You guys watch the movie. It's hilarious. It definitely feels better by the end of the day when, like, he even walks over and starts looking at some of the paperwork and picking stuff up. You text the team they're like, hey, we're done with all this stuff. We're calling it for the night. We'll get back on this tomorrow and see what else, here's our compile. Take a look at our information in the morning. Mm-hmm. So is there anything else you want to do? Because Garrett's going to bed. The techs are going to bed. And,
yeah, I do want to do something.
What's that?
I want to drive out to that location where my car died around the same time that it did last time.
So you're going to wait. Because you only got 3 hours, so you're just going to burn into the midnight oil a little bit longer. Wait for Garrett to go to sleep. Slide out the door.
Well, I'll tell him I'll pop in and out. Like, Elliot's not... Garrett knows. Elliot's a workaholic. He's probably, like, after the movie, he's probably already over the notes. Okay. Being more stressed. But, okay. Yeah. I would imagine he would get some sleep until he can go out there and hopefully experience it again. If not, maybe it was just his imagination, one-time thing. Maybe it was just a coincidence. It would explain if it was aliens, though, with car interference, but my radio didn't go type of thing. Just shut off.
All right, you drive out there. Let me know if you can hear this.
I can this time.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Pull out to that dismal street. And there it is again. The sounds, the peaceful sounds of nature.
Yeah, I think I'll continue driving down this road until I, like, I don't know, pull off to the side or something. Around where I think I broke down.
Okay.
Then I'll just kind of kick up my feet, roll down the windows, or window, or whatever, and smoke. Make sure my rental doesn't smell like it, but,
You smoke a cigarette, finish, toss it out the window, sit, wait, pull out another one, play with it, light it, smoke it, wait. The car passes by, the dead of the night. Nobody stops. They just keep driving on. Hour rolls by. Get into another cigarette. It's real peaceful out here.
Well, I tried. I guess, yeah, I'll sit up and try driving off again if nothing happens. Which I'm pretty sure nothing will happen, but the only other thing I could do is just say that Elliot passes out there, but I mean, he's smart enough to at least stay awake.
Yep. And you rest for a little while. It's peaceful out. You calm down. Car cranks up without a problem, and you drive back into town. And Monday is now over. Tuesday morning has come. In a few hours, the sun will be up. A few hours after that, a bunch of guys will be starting to gather their guys and gals will be gathering their things to head out to a lodge.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea. While I'm out in town and it's still late at night, I'd like to take the same walk that Father Thomas used to, up to the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I just smoke or something, I'd like to just walk around and go up to that hill or something. If nothing happens, great. If something happens, fantastic. But just walking around there, and if nothing happens, he'll just drive back to the hotel and fall asleep.
Okay. You take your walk. You park at his house. You get out. It's dark. It's easy to find the trail that runs behind his house. The sounds are pretty much the same as when you were out and about. Cicadas, owls, wind, bugs making their chirping noises. You follow the trail behind the houses for some distance till you get back into town. Crossing over and getting onto the sidewalk, you look both directions and then across the way toward the bank. You cross the street where he would cross and begin heading to the edge of town where the road comes to an end, where the sidewalk doesn't exist anymore. You get to the end of the sidewalk. It's pleasant. You get a really good feeling why this is a nice walk. It's cool, it's brisk, it's long, it's decently lit for the majority of it, till the end, where it gets dark, and you walk into the darkness away from the streetlights, away from the city, and behind you it looks like the world is just oozing away into a dark, never-ending forest in front of you. Highway off to one side, forest in front of you, the road dips over to the highway, it goes into a merge lane, and the sidewalk just kind of rises up as if it was going somewhere completely different and ends because they were building it for something else, but they just never finished it. But it creates this plateau between the city, which is to one direction, brilliant, well lit, and there, like a beacon, kind of poetic, maybe biblical. And on the other side, a darkness, a forest, a more natural, serene feeling. And there before you, a highway passing by, order. And it feels very poetic here. It feels very synergistic or energizing in a sense. No, nothing happens. It's peaceful. It's quiet.
Great. Did we ever get... I know that the secretary was looking for it, but did we ever get the numbers that we found for the combination for the safe? Was that even a revelation of any some sort ish.
Their things escalated so quickly she never had a chance to
Great.
kind of pin it down or anything.
If I like pull out my phone and Google the numbers in a Revelation type of way, what would I get?
Oh, you get let's see, where did I write it down at? I didn't write it down. I will do it again. It is, I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have so that no one will take your crown. The one who is victorious. Oh man, a pop-up ad on a biblical page. The one who is victorious will make a pillar in the temple of God. Never again will they leave it. I will write on them the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, the New Jerusalem, which is coming down out of heaven from my God. And I will also write on them my new name. Whoever has ears, let them hear what the Spirit says to the churches.
All right.
It's a very beautiful phrase. Don't know what it, you got an idea what it means. It probably means a.
I mean, I could also say that, like, keeping your whatever, keeping your secrets, and then it makes sense why it would be on a safe, and especially what was inside. But I mean, to Elliot, he'll just kind of read it while he's at this overpass ish thing, and
And on the highway, a multicolored semi-truck goes driving by.
What?
Incredibly fast, making a strange motion. It doesn't have wheels. It just seems to have a collection of lights that blur at the base of this semi-truck as it goes flying over the overpass and into the woods north of Lewiston. It's brightly colored. Tons of lights on it.
How? I mean, once I kind of like see it out of the corner of my eye, and it clicks in my head that that's might be something that we have similarly seen. Can I can I get really cheesy footage of it recorded on my phone?
Roll initiative. You versus me.
Okay. Do I have initiative?
Yeah, it should be 3d6 plus your reaction.
As I say, we haven't really gotten into initiative yet.
Yeah, that's 3d6 plus reaction.
What'd you get?
Bazillions.
Bazillions?
Bazillions.
16? Let me see here. I got lower than 16, I know that for sure. Hold on, what's my reaction? Reaction 3. I have to beat you, don't I?
Reaction
I did not.
initiative is
3,
high.
6, 12. And 16.
All right. Yeah, you whip out your phone and begin taking footage as quickly as you possibly can.
Sweet. As long as I can.
This is not. Those are not wheels. Whatever you're looking at, those are not wheels. And it moves really fucking fast.
It goes into the northeast.
Yep. And then you see it go off the road and into the trees. As if on-road, off-road means nothing to this semi-truck.
Northeast.
Like Asen said, it moves really fucking fast.
Northeast. My car's not fast.
No.
But I would like to follow it.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'd like to do.
You hustle back to. Make me a composure roll first. Let's see if natural tendencies to, if you have the gumption to be like, nah, I will totally chase after this murderous semi truck. Where truck?
Where truck?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to find my composure. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Got equal to or under.
Yeah. 10. 9. 9 out of 10, it looks like, because I get a +1.
Your guts are not with you, but your willpower is. Your guts are telling you, don't fucking do it.
Yeah. Never leave without your partner. You told Garrett this.
And you drive up the highway. You get onto it. Every bit of your fiber is telling you this is a bad idea. You drive up the road as much as you can. You remember you get onto the overpass and you shoot up. It's been minutes. This thing is probably long since gone. But you still get up there and you pull to the side of the road. You don't know why you got out of the car. You don't know why you started moving toward, but you know you saw it. You're looking and you can see. Remember how the guy told you? See how the trees look funny right there? As you get out and you park your car in the area, in the side of the road in the sand, there's that depression with those divots that's right there. You're shining your light on it. You look towards the trees. You can see where something pushed the trees open. And you run up to the edge of the forest. In your mind, you are determined. You will find this thing, but your guts are screaming, get the fuck back in the car. But you can't listen at this point in time. Do you want to go into the woods tonight?
I don't want to step on a bear trap.
It went this way.
I do want to go in the woods, but I don't trust myself with walking in the woods where I know where hunters are trying to hunt this thing. And there's traps everywhere. Even if I use... Okay, theoretically, if I use that knowledge of what this other hunter showed me with his traps, what would I get a bonus on my awareness to, like, look for traps?
You wouldn't get a penalty, but you wouldn't get a bonus. You would get the chance to roll, and that's it. Because if you hadn't been showed, you would get a penalty. So that's where we're sitting at right now. A bonus would come from years of experience with them, not a few moments of looking at one. You could call him. You could call Garrett and wake him up. He could probably be out here in about 30 to 40 minutes. And the two of you could go...
It would just be more time waiting. I mean... I'm sorry I'm taking forever. It's a really difficult decision.
It is. You're talking about you are on a lead. This is an option to blow this thing wide open, turn it into the case that it needs to be, find the real killer, and put a stop to them. Maybe you could come back in the morning when the sun's up with a tracker, somebody who knows what they're doing. Maybe this meeting will prove to be worthwhile. Then you could also miss your opportunity.
Thing is, too, I'm going on foot.
You could try driving your car and...
No, it's a rental.
It's a rental. That's a terrible idea. Shut up, Max.
Chat, what do you think? I'm not gonna go off of chat completely, but I do wanna hear what they have to say. Because I'm leaning a lot on just go. Be your spontaneous self. Nothing's gonna happen. No, bear trap's gonna happen. Better I'm gonna get shot by a hunter. Grab a rifle headed. Pistol in this case. Wicked against silver. I would like to say that Elliot has silver bullets only because he's supernatural. Like, only because he's
Okay,
such into
I'm
it.
not gonna say no. Those things are fucking expensive.
Yeah. Also, potatoes? That's not what I'm asking, guys. Fuck. I also don't want to die. Because if I die, that's it. Game over. I can't replay this campaign, and I'll physically beat myself. I'll mentally beat myself up over it. Get out of here, bug! Jesus. Dying is bad for me. God damn it. Be your true self.
Man, a bunch of Yodas in the audience tonight.
Everybody wants me to go forward, though. I do want to go forward. It's just I'm going on foot. There's traps everywhere. Hunters are constantly hunting this thing. There's probably people in the woods trying to hunt this thing. It's either I get shot, my foot gets trapped in a bear trap and or a snare, and I have to awkwardly explain why I'm out here to somebody.
Or you find it.
Or I find this thing and I have to face whatever it is. Alone.
I'm trying to figure out why you're still motivating yourself to go forward. You're laying out a variety of things to say no, but what is the reason to move forward?
The reason to move forward is if because I'm very optimistic. If I find this thing, which I've 100% faith that I will find this thing. If I find this thing, I will find it, and whatever it is, I can take a picture of it and have a clear evidence of what it is, and or approach whatever person's driving this thing, and just, have faith in myself that I can handle a situation, what may come, alone. Yeah, pretty much what Carl's saying. Reason to move forward. Investigation continues. Maybe save a life. No guts, no glory. No guts, you die.
And so far, everybody who's tangoed with the chromatic truck have had no guts.
Yeah. But that's the thing. That's another thing. If I do find this thing and find a person, I would immediately put them under suspicion because this is a truck that we were trying to find.
A truck that just drove off the road.
Yeah.
A truck that drove off the road with tires that aren't tires.
Yeah.
Your heart's racing. The car lights are shining into the tree line. There's a flashlight in the car. There's a flashlight on your phone. You have signal right now where you're at.
I want to go in. I'm gonna text Garrett, even if he doesn't wake up, and or call him, leave him a voicemail, something. And it's gonna be simple. Elliot's just gonna be like, I'm doing something stupid. I saw the truck and I'm tracking it. And he'll leave it at that, and he'll put his phone in his back pocket. He'll grab the flashlight and make sure he has his pistol on him. And I'm gonna go in the woods. I'm going to be very careful, obviously, because Elliot knows, that there's traps in here and there could be hunters in here.
This is not an investigation roll. This is an awareness roll. You're not looking or investigating, so you don't get your detective bonus to this. But you do walk slowly in the night. Are you walking quickly, slowly, crawling, crouching, jumping from tree to tree like a Madagascar lemur?
No, I would imagine he's trying to move fast because he's trying to keep up with it. But at the same time, it's not as fast as he would like it to be because of the obvious, like, oh, I could step on something that could trap me. But I mean, this thing's fast. I'm also going to make sure that I'm going in one direction because if I start moving around, I'll get lost in the woods. So, You want what you said? You want me to roll awareness, just
Awareness.
straight awareness,
Yep.
without my one bonus.
Yep.
Oh, that's not a good roll. Well, I mean, it's not bad. 8 out of 10.
You come across the first bear trap. You see it. You think it's the first one you've come across.
Great. I'm gonna move around it carefully.
The bear trap is scary in the sense of how big it is. This isn't going to catch a bear. This is to catch something larger than a bear. If you stepped in there, it would jump, it would pop up and bite you in your kneecap.
Hmm.
This thing is not tiny. You have no idea what the hell this thing's trying to catch. But it isn't a bear. This would decimate a bear. This could easily kill a bear, sever part of its leg. This is excessive. This is what this is. You don't even know if this is legal, how big it is, as you crouch in the darkness and staring at this thing.
Only for my own personal curiosity. He still continues forward.
I also want to add one tiny bit of information.
Go for it.
It looks like the jaw. You've seen the bear traps that the guy was showing you and setting up. They're just metal that clamps shut and pins. The edge has been shaved down to be sharp. That's for dismemberment. You're not dumb.
Yeah. That's not fun.
You move past this death trap and into the woods. Most of the ground in this area is sand and leaves on top of the dirt itself, a loam or some sort of soft, nutrient-rich soil that comes off the hillside. But for the most part, sand and leaves. There are caves underneath where you're at, so every once in a while the thick, dense trees suddenly burst open and provide spacious area where there are sparse trees or just straight up dead trees. You're still following that swath, that busted open area. Now, I mentioned the underground caves, not because your character would know this, but that you need to know this. When underground caves, they can fill with gases, funguses, and a variety of other things that will affect the ground cover that's above it. So, like here in Florida, like if you're wandering through, you'll notice that in some places the trees are all the same. It's the same spacing, the same underbrush for a long period of time. Just go wander around, get away from the cities. But the stuff that lives under the ground has an effect on what grows above the ground. So there's these spacings. Caves have an effect on that. Funguses. As well as mineral deposits like iron. A strong concentration of iron will kill an area of forest. So you're moving from one place to the other. You find your second trap. This one's not as macabre as the first one, but it's still just as big. When you come into a bit of a clearing, dead trees, grass, brush, stuff like that, you hear noise and you see someone. Where you're at right now is part of the clearing. You don't know the shape of the clearing in front of you, but it's a clearing. The trees are not dead in this clearing. They're slightly alive with some missing leaves, while everything around you is really healthy and growth. And to your left, along the left edge of the clearing, you can see a man in camo. You believe he's a man. Might be a woman, but he's camo. And he's walking slowly, and then he sits back down. So you get to see him walk a little ways and then sit back down. And you can see in the dimmest of the light that he has a rifle. You have no safety vest on.
Nope. Does he see me?
He's facing away from you. The direction is toward he's to your left, and he's facing more like to, I would say, your 10 o'clock. The track you're following has come into this area and goes more towards your 2 o'clock. So you could technically skirt the clearing, get to the into the clearing, and move quietly where there's less brush. So at this point, you don't think you've made noise for him to hear you.
But that's the direction the truck went, right?
No. He is
No?
heading in the 10 o'clock. The truck went, from what you can tell, to the 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Remember, you're always facing 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thing is, my stealth isn't great. So I'd have to get a really, really good roll on stealth.
Uh-huh.
The other thing is I could just talk to him. But
Yeah.
I also don't want to freak him out.
Yeah.
I do want to sneak by him, but I don't think my stealth roll is that good because I'd have to beat a 7.
7 or less.
Yeah.
It's going to be real hard.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can talk your way out of it before he blows your head off.
Thing is, too, I do have a flashlight.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen it yet because, like I said, he's facing away from you. So as soon as he turns around and looks, because he's at some point he's going to start panicking because he's trying to keep his eyes on the prize.
Yeah.
And if his prize starts to panic because it sees a flashlight, he's going to look over his shoulder and wonder what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So you have a way of identifying yourself, but at the same time, if he was just in this area, he saw a big semi-truck with lots of lights go running through.
It's true.
Yeah. Aliens.
Then, yeah, I'm going to talk to him, I guess. I'm going to be really careful with it. Because obviously if I just walk up and be like, hello, it's awkward.
Okay.
But I would like to talk to him then.
How do you initiate this conversation with a man who's trying to be stealthy, who's got a loaded rifle in the middle of the wilderness? Start shining your light on him?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do?
Kind of. I guess, like... I mean, I can click it on and off and something like that, but I do want to keep my hands up. If he shoots me, he shoots me. But I guess that's it. But I will kind of like whisper, like, trying to get his attention. Not like, psst, but more like, hey, type of thing.
You're going to do that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to make an awareness roll for him.
Great.
Psst, hey.
Yeah.
Does not seem to work.
What about my flashlight?
Are you going to shine your flashlight on him?
Yeah, I'm like clicking it on and off, at least in his peripheral.
Okay. He's moved up, and he's got himself, his rifle is pulled up. He's looking the direction. God. So as you pull your flashlight up and start clicking it, something jumps.
Oh.
A beautiful, majestic deer.
Sorry, sir.
The guy sits there and raises his rifle, tries to take an aim, but he lets it go. And then he starts looking back over his shoulder. What the fuck just happened? And he sees you with the flashlight.
Sorry.
OMG. Wow. He gonna kill you.
He can punch me, just don't shoot me. Why are you hunting deer at 4 a.m. anyway?
Because did you really? Paige.
I don't hunt.
Paige. I come from a really long line of rednecks that live in trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 a.m. is the best a.m.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess so,
At that point
yeah.
in time, the deer like, ain't nobody out here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dead.
pretty much.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I use a variety of time. You know what? There's no necessary time in which it's good to hunt. But it's what you're comfortable with and what you've learned the animal does. It's about you
Yeah.
learning the animal. And so maybe
Yeah.
this guy knows that hunting these deer at 4 a.m. and this is the best time. All right. You flash the light. You scare
Yep.
his deer. He starts realizing what's going on. And at this point in time, he will stand up and in a hushed voice, "Who the hell's over there?"
Elliot just goes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare off your game. I don't hunt.
Who the hell are you?
Agent Jones?
What the
FBI.
fuck? What the fuck is the FBI doing? I got a hunting license.
Good for you. I'm just tracking a truck. I just saw it go by.
What?
Apparently.
Are you on drugs?
Nope.
You don't need to be out here. This place is dangerous.
I know.
And he starts heading over towards you. He's got his rifle down. He pulls out his flashlight. He's got his gun held to where it's like a safe procedure kind of way. And he's walking over towards you and he says, "This is a dangerous place. There's a wild bear. Men out here with guns not wearing protective necessary vestments like myself. This is my land out here. This direction is my land. I mean, it's probably in this way. But this is not smart. Listen, doing drugs is bad."
Elliot,
Because
he
right
takes
now,
the flash.
he
He takes the
believes that-
flashlight.
Yeah.
He basically puts it up to his eyes and goes, "See how my eyes are dilating? Not on drugs." 2, so I know how dangerous this is. Believe me, every bone in my body is telling me to go back to my vehicle. 3, I saw a truck go by here. You wouldn't have missed it. It's silver, has multicolored lights. It's crazy looking. That's the only thing I'm hunting in these woods currently.
I'm not sure I understand. I ain't seen nothing pass through this area. At this point in time, you see a tree that's been laying on the ground behind him raise up off the ground. The tree has no branches or anything on it. The tree rises up off the ground, and at the end of the tree, the stump, the base end of the tree and stump and whatnot, is round and nodular. It's behind him, and so you can see it. This round nodular part of this tree that you have no fucking clue has suddenly splits open. And on the inside of this nodular tree oozes weird saliva-like drippings, opening pores. And in these pores, they're like puckering little lips.
Does it? I mean,
Like I said, a tree just picked up off the ground. The end of the tree split open, and there are little puckering lips in it, and they're like doing something. Roll for initiative.
Oh God, okay. All right. Oh, I got a decent roll for initiative because I'm trying to get something higher. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26!
On 3d6?
Well, because it's plus composure, or not composure, reaction. So instead of 26, it's, god damn it, it's 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 on 3 dice, plus 3, so 20 exactly.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking fast. This silvery colored tree rises above the ground. Its fat-ended nodule splits open, saliva dripping from these pores and openings that suddenly begin protruding out sharp-looking pointed hooks.
Trying to like visually see this, and it's not coming in my head.
Guess what? We have this really cool thing that it can allow us to draw pictures. Let me drag you over here, and we're gonna do some picture time.
Da, 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 da. We're gonna paint some happy little trees. Does it look like a mimic? Is it like, okay, so hold on. It's like a tree. It's like this. It looks phallic, but believe me, it's not. And then there's the tree. There's the tree part.
No, this is all that you saw, and you thought it was a tree laying on the ground.
Okay, this is how I see it right now.
No, that's fine. That's not how it is.
And then lips. Hold on, puckering. There's my puckered lips. I'll move this to the knob.
And this end of the nodule right here
Yeah,
splits
yeah,
open.
yeah. Oh, okay. So it's like a giant fucking serpent or something. Oh. That's fucking scary. Okay, so it's like it's okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
This is what it looks like.
Oh.
Oh, you're right.
Oh.
You're right. You're right. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. I'll fix that for everybody. I click on that one.
Okay. I see it. That's terrifying. I'm not even drawing the thing that we're doing. I'm just drawing a dude with horns.
She's just trying to draw a penis.
No. I don't even know what this is.
Radio, what is up with your S's, man? Do I need to do...
Start again. Draw an S. And a more different S. An S? That's a horrible S. Okay, so it's like a giant serpent but with an eyeball inside, but with like a bunch of different irises. Does that eyeball open and it has like fucking sharp teeth? Because if so, fuck, I wish I could draw creatures. The closest thing I got to a creature on mouse is that thing. And he looks, I don't know, he looks derpy as fuck. There, I'll give him nostrils. Little legs.
So this tree, like I said, the end of it splits open, and man, I somehow got the wrong fucking color. Let's do that again. These holes seem to have barbs sticking out of them.
Oh.
Like raky spike-looking barbs. The end of these barbs, which I really am doing a terrible job, have a slight curve to them so they look hooked-like.
Okay, so it's like... Hold on, it's like... And then it comes out of it, so it's like this, and then... Does it go up or down? Because you said a hook, so...
It goes slightly down. That's right.
So is it like this?
Yep.
Okay. So it's meant to tear apart flesh. My inquisitor instincts are coming back to me. Okay. But it's all in these little holes and it's eye socket thing.
So anyways, this tree rises up. The end of this tree splits open, oozing. This guy does not seem to even realize this has happened. And the whole end turns and points towards you two.
Okay, so it notices us.
Do you want to try to talk to it?
I can talk to it?
Sure, you can do whatever the fuck you want to.
I mean, I want to...
try to open dialogue with it. See if it can be friends.
I want to be friends with this thing. I'm gonna shine my flashlight on it because that's a human instinct.
How about we do a composure roll?
Sure. Are you sure? I'm really good at composure. Oh god! Fuck, hold on.
When you drop the dice.
They go on my lap, or I don't have a bowl. I'm not fancy. Alright?
That's why I have a dice generator right here in front of us on the computer. I know it rolls
I don't
shitty.
trust it. I have physical dice.
I got that. Just...
Let me roll my physical dice. Jesus. Alright. I got 8 out of 10.
Alright. You are not scared shitless and you want to run, but once again your guts have completely left you and they're wanting you to run. While your mind is telling you, what the hell am I looking at?
Yeah.
You have the initiative, and unfortunately we can't continue to the next round until you take your action. So here's how combat works in this game. You get 2 actions, and for every 10 points, so the first 10 points, gives you another action, which would be 10. And then 15 gives you another action, which would be 4. So you have 4 actions. So you could run really fucking fast. Yeah, it's like Shadowrun. I do really like how that works out. The good thing about rules when it comes to games is there's no copyright laws for rules, so you can just take them as you want.
Pretty
Because,
much.
that's why board games are able to do what they do. So you get 2 actions, and then you can get up to 4. You can get up to 4 actions by another 2, but you get to go first because you rolled really well.
Okay. Well, I do want to shine my flashlight on it.
Okay.
So as this guy's like, "What are you doing? You're out here." I don't know what the accent that is, but you're out here being crazy. And as this thing just pops up, Elliot's eyes just travel with it, and he immediately shines the flashlight on it.
All right. Well, the flashlight doesn't seem to do anything to it. It continues to point at you guys, these little holes.
But we do get to see it.
Oh, yeah,
clearer.
You can see it quite clearly. And the other end of it,
Ooh, the other end.
that where the tree goes into the tree line. It goes away from you. You don't see what is on the other end. This is not the size of a semi-truck.
It's like huge.
Whatever this, if this is, maybe this isn't even the same thing as part of the semi-truck. Maybe this is just like a totally like another thing.
Could be like a football fish, a lantern fish, where it has like a thing on the end, say a truck.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
I don't know.
All right, well, your initiative was a 20. It's a whole pack of were trucks. Do you have enough silver bullets for this? So 20 is when you get to go on your first action. That's shining the light on it.
Yeah.
You can go again because it doesn't get to go until about 13.
Oh. How many actions would I get right now?
You have 4.
I have 4. So shine a light on it.
Yeah. He's going on, we'll say 14, so he will go before it.
Okay. Shine my light on it. Record it with my free hand, that if I can.
Right.
Even if I have to put the flashlight in the crook of my neck or something. Have a hand on my gun, unhook it. Make sure I can whip it out.
Okay, that's 3 actions at this point in time. Do you want to save any of your actions? Because you can use them all up right now.
No, I want to save one of my actions.
Okay,
I want to save one of my actions. So if it does anything that I find threatening, I will aim my pistol at it. Which is probably a bad idea.
Okay.
I guess so. I want to aim for one of its little holes.
Sure. All right. When you shine the light on it, he will turn around on 14, that's his turn. Mm-hmm. What in the hell is that? So at this point in time, he's now backing away because he's totally in shock. So he's going to use his action to back away. He's got another action. He's going to raise his rifle to point in its direction because he doesn't know what the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then on 13... that nodule head thing, not the front-facing cover that you're looking at, but the back head of it begins to swell, and all those little Barbie things, the flesh around them begin to pucker.
Okay.
And then, a massive explosion, they fire out.
Oh.
Okay. So you're in the spray effect just as he is, so it's going to...
Sure.
You get to make a dodge roll versus them.
Actually, good thing I have athletics.
Yes, you're going to do athletics. He doesn't have athletics, so he defaults to an 8.
Oof.
I think rolled a 17.
My best friend is dead. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 13.
10 out of 13.
Yeah.
All right. The barbs hit the ground near you. You immediately throw yourself out of the way. They stick into things all over the place and hooking on. They even hook into him. He had held his action and he opens fire. His gun goes off. You don't know if it did any good, but it illuminates the night. He uses his other action and fires again. This time it does hit the thing. The barbs have pierced into him, wrapping into his face, his chest, and his arms. And then you realize they're not just projectiles.
Yeah.
They're still attached to it, and they reel him in.
Okay.
And then the whole thing, grabbing Hunter and all, attached to his face, body, limbs, wraps around him and begins crushing him, keeping him immobile, and then the whole tree-like trunk slips into the trees with its third and final action. Do you want to take a shot at him?
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to at least tried helping this hunter.
How would you like to do that?
If I'm amazing, can I shoot the wires that are holding, that are like being like not the wires, but I'm guessing entrails. This string thing I'm drawing it right now. Of how I see it.
There's not just one holding on to him. He's been hit by a collection.
So like, can I step to the side and aim somewhat where I can at least get one or two off, like in a line-ish? I mean, I would imagine Elliot has a knife on him, but the other thing is I don't even know if that would cut through.
It's whatever you want to do. You want to step to a side and try to shoot one or two of them, you can do that.
I think I'll be better off shooting in the face. At least in one of the holes.
Okay.
I would like to do that, please.
All right, do it.
All right. Good thing I'm a master marksman. 4 out of 13.
All right, hand pistols that are a common issue give 9 dice, so you're going to be rolling 18 dice.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll do this on roll 20. 18d6.
Yeah. $70. Well, it's any 4, 5, and 6 is what counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage. All right, and now it knocks off its armor, and that's 5, and then it gets its body left to roll. And you're firing for, it's technically a weak spot. 3. Your shot will hit, and you're only pulling the trigger once, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless I can shoot more than once.
You shoot as many times as you want. The thing is as you shoot more, it makes it more and more difficult.
Oh no, that's fine. I'll shoot twice, I guess.
Sure.
I'll roll again to see if I can even shoot this thing. Where'd that even go? I don't even. It's a 2, but I'll re-roll it because it fell off the table.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Ha! 1!
Nice.
So, 9 out of 13.
Okay, hits again, but this time only 9 dice of damage instead of 18.
Okay. Alright. Half, that's fine. 9 d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 out of, yeah, that's really good.
That's really good. I should be playing Shadowrun.
You should. So it stops by 5, so that's 3. Another 1. All right. You definitely injure its face.
Yeah.
But it does not seem to
care
that you've injured its face. It still reels the hunter in, and the whole trunk leaves the scene quickly. More than about 6 meters away, no, not that, maybe 4 meters away, the chromatic semi truck illuminates the night just out of nowhere. You're meters away from this thing. It is not small. It is very large. You can't really make it out because of the trees, but you can tell that that trunk is attached to that semi truck monstrosity, and it begins tearing through the trees and taking off with the hunter.
Is this hunter screaming?
Oh no, he's already dead.
Okay, I'm
It
leaving.
crushed him.
I'm leaving. I'm not gonna even roll composure. Any human would leave. Any normal human would leave. Yeah, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm going to save the video because I recorded it.
You did.
I'm gonna save the video, and I'm gonna just sprint. I'm gonna sprint to the nearest edge. I'm gonna take the same path because I know where all the traps are, so I can avoid them, and then I'll get back in my car and immediately head to the hotel.
Okay. You get into the car, you begin hauling ass to the hotel. You check the video, make sure you got a good video.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a problem. This is something that you're not sure exactly what you're looking at. You know what you saw. The video shows what you saw, but it still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It looks like some weird ass shit from a Hollywood movie. But it was real, and that guy's dead.
Yeah.
And then your car dies.
Fuck. How far am I from
You're at the
anywhere?
You're crested the hill. There's 2 hills. You're at one hill. You came back down. You're cresting the other hill. Lewiston is at the bottom of the hill. You can see the glow of the lights. You're on this road. There's a few lights down the way. There's a park nearby. There's a reservoir nearby where a body was found. And your car dies. It coasts.
Do I have signal on my phone?
No.
I'm gonna stay in my vehicle.
All right. The tree line on the other side of the road lights up. Multi-chromatic lights. Just beyond the tree line. It's right there.
Does it seem like it's in my direction?
Yeah, it's probably about 15 meters away from where your car's at right now.
Am I am I on top of this hill?
Yes.
How far am I to the downhill part?
Maybe a good 2 meters or so.
If I stay in my vehicle for a little bit, does it move?
No, you're going to need to
Not my car. Not my car. The alien
thing?
thing. Yeah.
Yes. It moves toward the edge of the tree line and begins shutting its lights off and getting lower to the ground. Dipping down in like the ditch on the side of the road to where you can't see it in this darkness.
I'm gonna move over to my passenger side of my seat, open up the door, and start pushing the car towards the hill.
Okay. Are you trying to do so quickly, stealthily? What?
Both. More so stealthily.
So you pop it into neutral and you move over and start pushing with your foot. Stealth roll and composure.
Sure. I'll do composure first. Because my composure is actually pretty decent, I would say. 6 out of 10. And then my stealth. Ooh, okay. I have to beat an 8? I think I just got... Yeah, I have an 8.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 8 out of 7. Or Yeah, because my stealth, so 1 over.
Okay. Push. 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 Momentum. The car starts moving. You're trying to be careful. You've got your foot. You're watching as much as possible. And then from where you're sitting, looking back toward the end of your car, a large silvery mass slaps onto the backside of the car, and the car stops. You
Great.
see the trunk-like appendage stretching to the side of the road. You can't make it out. It didn't turn its lights on. All you can see, it towers probably a little bit above the size of a semi-truck, and it's got lots of these trunks that are coming down from it.
Okay.
It's grabbed onto the back of your car.
All right. This thing's fast. So even running wouldn't help me. I'm gonna get in the car, lock the door, and
pull the
buckle
door
in.
shut. You pull the door shut. You're gonna buckle in.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If I run, if it's like a real predator, it's going to chase me, and this thing's fast. I've seen it. 2, I've seen it attack somebody and crush it. I mean, I'd like to buckle in only because if it tosses me, then I'll be safe. If it starts crushing my vehicle, I am out of my car. Even if it's a rental, I don't fucking care. I'll pay for it. Right. But if it starts crushing my vehicle, I will unbuckle, hop out of my car, and book it.
Right.
Because that's the only other option I have.
At this point in time, yeah. Right. Okay. So you're in the driver's seat and you're waiting for what happens next, right?
Yeah.
Have I get that correct?
Yeah.
Tiny pink fingers reach up to the edge of your window. And you can hear the sound of fingers flicking with your door handle.
I just look at my locked door.
You've got your door locked?
Oh yeah, when I got in the passenger seat, I lock.
You're holding it down at this point in time. Oh fuck no, creepy little girl! You don't fucking open my door. You have? Are you going to look over to see what you see? Or are you just
definitely.
All right. So as you turn, you see the pink-skinned, blonde-haired girl. She is slick in the strangest looking ways. Her skin and dress meld into one shape. Her face and body all seem to be combined of the same whatever. Her eyes, they're just like dead sockets with a mass of veins, blackish colored veins running through them that come out of the sockets and across her face. And her fingers are kind of stubby, and she only has 3 fingers and a thumb, and she's trying to work the door handle. And then you see from behind her a thin, trunk-like appendage stretching from her across the ground.
So she's connected to this thing?
That would require unbuckling and looking over and whatnot, so that stretching your seatbelt around and kind of be like, "I'm gonna pull my flashlight out and start figuring this shit out." Right? Is that what you want to do?
I mean, I'd like to shine my flashlight on it.
Okay, all right. As you pull your flashlight out and shine it, the little girl jumps up, screams, and slams her hands in the window. Composure check.
Dice. Hold on. I'm feeling around for it with my feet. I can't find it. All right. Hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. That's not what I need. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, that'll work. 4, 8 out of 10, I believe.
The tiny girl has a lot of really sharp teeth. You're still scared. Your guts are telling you to run. And you don't feel this seatbelt is going to save you from jack shit at this point in time.
Yeah. What time is it right now?
The car's dead, and you're trying to figure out where your phone is. You don't know what time it is.
My phone's in my back pocket, but like...
Still holding down the button on the door next to you. Her eyes, the head kind of bobbles at your hand and then looks across the way to the other door. And then she rises up over the car.
Yeah, Elliot just immediately like reaches for it, and he knows he can't hold this and hold that, so he like immediately like moves into the middle so he can both hold it down with his hands. So I will unbuckle and move to the middle, the
middle of the
where
car?
the emergency brake is, and just hold them with both my hands.
Did you rent a 4-door coupe?
I would imagine that it would be the 2-door.
Okay. Because that's only 2 doors you have to keep locked.
Yeah. Well, also it's like that's the most modern thing in Elliot-like style, so.
You don't see where the little girl goes off to, but she doesn't make it to the next door. And if she did, you don't see her. The car suddenly picks up. The back end of it moves and then drops. You're not going down the hill though, or you would be going down the hill. And then it picks up higher, and then it drops even harder. This time it bounces. And then you see another one of those large pod bulbs come into the front of the vehicle. It splits open, and it's pointed at the front windshield. It oozes.
Great.
These spikes kind of protrude out, and it slams it into the front windshield and starts kind of raking into the front windshield. And they, like fingernails across a chalkboard, begin screeching as you can see them trying to claw into the window.
I think Elliot's just gonna yell at it to go away. At this point, I mean, there's nothing else I can do. If I get out, I'm grabbed. So like,
maybe shoot through your car.
The thing is, if it's that'll be fun to explain to the insurance company.
Yeah. Well, I was being attacked by this thing.
That's the thing. If she's above me and she hasn't come down yet, I probably would
start shooting above you.
I mean, unless
you have to take your hands off the doors.
I know. If it doesn't react to me speaking to it. Because I would imagine it's just like, go away, what do you want, type of thing.
Yeah, no. Instead, you feel the surroundings outside the car seems to shift. It feels like the car has been picked off the ground. Another one of these large bulbs have grabbed onto the back passenger side. Another one's grabbed onto the front end of the car, and you can hear the car stressing, and it sounds like it's trying to pull the car apart.
Great. Yeah, I'd like to take out my gun and shoot above me, and then where I kind of would imagine that she would be, and then I guess move over to one of the sides of the seats, and if there's anything near me, shoot that, and then hop out.
All right.
Because I am not staying in this vehicle.
Acrobatics to kind of hold your position. I'm not worried about you shooting. It's more about the acrobatics, because this thing has picked the car up and is shaking it, trying to rip it to pieces.
9 out of 13.
Okay, you're holding yourself, opening fire in key positions, hoping something changes. All of a sudden, there's a massive crash sound. And since you're not buckled in, you're going to take at least 2 points of stun from when the car just gets rocked real hard.
All right, I'll add that under or near my health. I'll just... because I don't know where my stun is.
Yeah, it's basically a different kind of damage. You don't see any of it as you stop for a moment. You must have hit it, because you don't see tentacles attached to the vehicle anymore. These trunk-like protrusions are gone.
Like, did I hear if it slid away or something?
You heard crashing of cars, what you heard.
If I look in any of my rear mirrors...
So you're going to sit up at this point in time?
Yeah.
You sit up and start looking around. Nothing attached to the car. Car looked kind of fucked up at this point in time.
I bet.
And you see, in one direction, a big pair of headlights heading up the road. way, way down the ways. As you know, the stretch is coming from Lewiston. It's a semi-truck. And not the chromatic one. Just a regular
Great.
semi-truck.
I'm gonna open up my door and start pushing again.
All right. You crack your door open or just like swing the whole fucker wide open like, ah!
I'd crack it open because if there's a vehicle coming towards me, well, I mean, at this point, I don't care. But like,
so you throw it open and begin just hauling ass, pushing down the hill to get some momentum.
Yeah.
All right, you begin doing so. You get a little bit of momentum. The semi-truck flies by you. He honks his horn twice. Wah, wah. The car starts rolling. And as you start going down the hill, this is you in the car. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And then the car cranks up.
Oh, sweet. I obviously get back in the driver's seat, and I fucking speed towards my hotel.
The car is making a horrendous sound. The car is not supposed to make this sound. It's like a repetitive thudding sound. And you realize that the back passenger tire is flat, but you drive on.
Yeah, not good for the car.
At some point, there's
okay.
a lot of light coming from that side of the car as you're coming into Lewiston. As the tire's rubber is almost gone at this point as you've sped into Lewiston, and now you're driving on the rim.
Great. I feel like at that point, if I'm in town, I'm a little bit safer, even though I know that shit happened in town. I'm gonna get out and go to a diner of some sort. And I'm gonna sit down. And as the waitress walks over, obviously Elliot does not look good. He just goes, coffee. And he pulls out his phone and he calls Garrett. And he calls him until he picks up.
Okay. And that's where we'll end the game tonight.
I'm alive!
Yeah, you are. If you had failed your dodge, you would have been dragged off with that hunter too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck me. I feel bad for that hunter, but it's for the greater good.
Who, you? You're the greater good?
I'm an investigator!
I'm trying to solve problems.
I mean, hey, maybe it's fed now. Maybe it has a person, it's fed, and it won't kill the next full moon.
Maybe.
Oh, fuck. Good game. Good job.
All that and still no closer to solving the mystery.
No. Well, I mean, I think Elliot knows what it is, but at the same time, you know, you can't really tell people what happened and not people expect, and, you know, even the evidence and stuff like that. And since Elliot's the person who knows supernatural stuff and always jokes about it, no one's really going to believe him.
Yeah, that's going to fly over real hard. Garrett, what happened to the car? Aliens. What are you talking about? Aliens.
No,
aliens.
it's literally like, hey, I just saw your car. What the fuck happened? And him just pulling out his phone and sliding him the video. Like...
Yep.
But that will be next time. Are we going on the... Hold on.
I'm holding.
21st? Or sorry, because we always do every other week.
I
right?
would like... So, like, today, we're supposed to be doing Shattered Isles.
Yeah.
And I would like to space my games out so I don't have 2 games on Friday, 1 game on Saturday. So
Multicolored lights. You're dead.
Yeah, I would be totally dead, but it was cats complaining. I would like to next Friday hang out, and that way my games are alternated between, you know, so I'm not running multiple games. I don't have a problem running multiple games. They do tire me out, but, you know, kind of space them out. I will let you know as far as that schedule goes, and I will post the schedule changes to our calendar on originalboxset.com.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, and you most likely do know. Bam. Paste. I'd like to share with you guys, if you go there and click on gallery, there's two options for gallery. One is art that we own and art that inspires us. Art that inspires us does not have anything listed for it, but art that we own does. And if you go there, you will see some of Paige's artwork that we purchased, as
Oops,
well as...
I didn't mean to post that right away. Sorry.
No, that's fine. You'll see that we have other artwork that's going up. I buy art. I like art. I like to pay artists to do stuff. So that's where you can check out our calendar, and we do other stuff here. Tomorrow we're going to be on the Shadowcasters Network from 5 to 8. Paige, John, and myself are going to be doing Shattered Isles.
Oh, yeah.
And Radio's got a good question, so I will go ahead and pass it over to you so you can do your spiel.
Yeah, first things first, because I really need to pee, so this is going to be fast. The both things that I posted, Instagram, Twitter, you can find my artwork there. If you go on either of them, it's a little depressing because of recent activities that happened in my life, but I do have art on both of those things.
Yep.
Secondly, I have Shattered Isles tomorrow, and then next weekend, I am in Streamathon. I'm doing the Streamathon with Shadowrun Network.
Shadowcasters Network.
Thank you, Shadowcasters
I
Network.
gotcha.
I'm going to be on Shadowcasters Network, and on Saturday, the 22nd, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my planner. At 12 a.m., I'm doing Once Upon a Tabletop. We're playing Clue. Sorry, we're playing Clue. And then at 2:30 a.m., I'm playing Jackbox with Oz, which that'll be fun. Jackbox is always fun for everyone. And then at 4:30 a.m., I'm really excited because I'm playing Left 4 Dead 2 with Bobby. And that'll be really fun because he hasn't played Left 4 Dead at all. Oh, and he's not good with horror things, and even though that's not like a horror jump scary thing, it'll still be fun to watch him freak out. And then on Sunday, Join the Anarchy at 9 p.m. And we're not doing the normal Join the Anarchy. We're doing something completely different because we have 2 guests, I think. And you didn't hear it from me, but I think we're playing Reformed Shadowrunners in corporate buildings. Wow. So, I know that I don't want to play a Shadowrunner that's reformed. I want to play just a secretary in the building. I don't know what we're doing, but I know that, like, Travi, he wanted to play as, like, somebody who was meant to be in security because he's built like a security guy, but he got stuck with desk work. Oh. So, yeah, so we're really excited to do that. Plus it may or may not have been my idea. Same thing with last year. Last year, what we did was our characters played D&D. That was also my idea. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing for the Streamathon. I know that our next game for Real Anarchy is going to be in July. I believe. So that's what I have. But mainly, if you like me and you want to give me money so I can live, or, pay off all my vet bills that I still have to pay, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Discord. Find me places. Buy my artwork. Because I'll say it here since there's only so much people that are actually listening to me spout. If you contact me and you want to help me with my vet bills, for people who don't know, my cat Bella passed away a couple of days ago because of a mysterious illness. Through the entire time that she was in the vet, I was having a sale going on of like 30% off of all my art. So you'd only be paying $42. It was practically 50% off. You were only paying $42 for full art commissioned. That means fully body inked things, which is really good. And all of that money went to her vet bills. She sadly passed because of cardiac arrest, which we weren't expecting, but we were expecting that the possibility she was going to pass. And we still have to pay for her medical bills, which have the last time we spoke about it, ranked up to $4,000, 4,000.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, I am not a person with a real job. I do art for a living. My mom is pretty much paying for all of her bills. This is my cat, or was my cat, and I kind of feel responsible for it, so I'm trying to do what I can. If you contact me and want to help me with that, the sale will be 42. If you want to help me in general, you can pay the full amount. And there are people who actually did that during the sale.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who just straight up donated. So, thank you to those who already bought my work and just straight up donated. Unfortunately, the worst thing happened, but still means a lot, and it actually paid for her two vet bills in the beginning when we got her checked up. So that was amazing. But that's me. That's what I'm doing. That's my life. Sad as it
Thank you so very
is.
much for sharing. Greatly
Yeah, no
appreciate that. And we will be back tomorrow with the Shadowcasters Network. Keep an eye out. Beasties and Besties and versus Beasties on Monday. Civ 6 on Wednesdays. For now, peace out. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was a blast.
It was fantastic. I feel like we're getting to the end. Bye.
Bye.